Happy Waggin Tails Wednesday, everybody. It is pre-Thanksgiving, and I don't know about you guys, but are you guys ready for some turkey or some ham? What is your Thanksgiving go-to? I don't know, but let me know in the comments. We have an interactive show here. We meet every day around this time, and we are on Facebook, we are on Twitter, we are on LinkedIn, on my page. We are all over the place. And mainly, if you go to Main Street Media Television and download the app for free from your app store, you can always be a part of what we do here at Main Street. If you're heading over the river and through the woods, I always tell you to be safe. And the easiest thing you can do is buckle up.
A man was critically injured following a crash early Friday morning. Officers at the scene said the victim was driving a pickup truck when he lost control of the vehicle. The pickup veered left and went into a ditch. A front seat passenger was wearing a seatbelt and escaped the crash without injury. The driver was not wearing a seatbelt and was ejected from the truck. He died at the scene. Law enforcement writes tickets to save lives.
Do you guys have a favorite audiobook you like to stop in and just put in and kind of listen? Maybe you are like me and you have a membership to Audible. It's also a nice Christmas gift to give someone is a membership to Audible or to audiobooks.com or something like that. Well, if you do and you like to listen to books, Sammy Sadler's book, A Hit with a Bullet, is fantastic. And you can get that right now at any place you get your audiobooks. There is another book called Dying to Live with a whole different view of life.
The guy said, wearing a face mask and a hoodie. Working there, I never feared of getting robbed, maybe because I never thought it would really happen to me. The money is down there. Please don't shoot, I cried out. I have kids to make it home to. My children need to see my face again. I have to survive for them, I thought to myself. Just put all the money in the bag, the robber replied. So what I did was listen to him. I started off with the deposit, then the bills, and then the coins. If it was money he wanted that allowed me to stay alive, then I was willing to make sure he got every penny out of the store. He must got tired of me throwing all the coins in a grocery bag, because then he started running off like the lucky leprechaun running with his pot of gold. His last words to me as he was running out the store was he thought it was going to be a white person working at the store. And then it dawned on me. I saw this coming and didn't realize something was about to happen.
And if you have a membership to Spotify, you can also get audiobooks there now as well. If you got a membership there, just go down and find your favorite author. If you like, I've actually narrated over now. I think I'm over 100 books that I've narrated for some amazing authors like Colleen Coble, Lise Wheel, and Lauren K. Denton. Her books are fantastic. Tamara Alexander, who is from Franklin, Tennessee, who has a wonderful book called Christmas at Carnton that is Civil War based, Christmas based, about the Carnton plantation. And it's all very historically accurate. She did a lot of research and oh my goodness, it is so good. Now, who's joining us today? Want to say hi to everybody. Oh my gosh. Everybody's here this morning. This is fantastic. Leslie joins us. Hello. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. And Elizabeth, happy Wednesday. And of course, saying, I like how you guys connect with each other. Okay, you're in Missouri today, Leslie. Oh, good to have you. And I think, Leslie, I think you're on the docket. You're going to Ireland with us, Steve Burney. So many of the people who meet here every day are going to Ireland with me in April. If you guys want the details to that, just go to my personal Facebook profile and it's pinned right to the top and you can get your deposit in and be part of our trip in April of 23. Thank you, my sister, my bestie and my sister. She's a bister. I love it. I love Audible, especially because I travel so much. Audible books. If you don't have time to sit and read, you can drive and listen and get a lot of books in that way. Angie's with us this morning. Good morning, Angie. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, yes, you are going to Ireland. That's so good. And a bunch of you guys are joining us on our trip to Ireland. If you've ever wanted to go, it is the most affordable time to go. We're going in April. The way that the dollar is right now, it's a perfect time to get your flights. And actually, it's a great, it's kind of Christmas present to you. So I hope that you get to go. Got some people who are celebrating their 50th anniversary who are going with us. It's going to be a love trip. Oh, well, if you can't go there, there's going to be a lot of love at the Nashville Zoo.
This holiday season, the largest lantern event in the country returns to Nashville Zoo. After sunset, come see more than 1,000 Chinese lanterns. All new designs including mythical beasts, a fantastical North Pole village, even a dragon soaring over your head. Welcome back to Zoolumination at Nashville Zoo. Bigger, brighter, and better than ever.
Now, I know my little sister going to love this story. She's going to love this story because we always talk about how do you save water? How do you repurpose? How do you reuse? How do you recycle? And recycling begins at home. It's a way of, we came by it honest, I mean, we had a grandma that learned how to crochet sun hats out of Clorox bottles. I mean, she would find a way to reuse because they're still good in it. Well, they're still good at the water that ends up in our septic tanks and things like that. You can actually use gray water out of dishwashers and washing machines and sinks to actually water some plants. Here is a great way to reharness, resave, reuse.
Recycling your grey water is a great way to save the environment and reduce your water bill.
Grey water is the used water from your sinks, showers, tubs, washing machines or dishwashers. It may contain traces of dirt, food, grease or household cleaning products, but it's still a safe and great supply of irrigation water for your garden.
And the easiest way to use grey water is to divert it outside directly from the source.
Nylex has a range of products that can help with these simple grey water diversion systems, and they're easy enough to set up yourself. You'll need a dispersion hose, an adapter to connect it to the source's outlet pipe, and a dispersion hose. Grey water diversion systems can be set up from dishwashers and showers.
But washing machines are the most common sources.
Simply connect the diversion hose to your source. Add a dispersion hose and position it into your garden. These small holes in the dispersion hose help to distribute the water out evenly and prevent pools of grey water forming. You can put the dispersion hose on lawns, around fruit trees or in garden beds and move it around depending on your plant's water needs.
And finally, here are some tips to consider when using grey water. Make sure that your household detergents and cleaning products are grey water safe. And don't store grey water, otherwise harmful bacteria may form. Instead, use a dispersion hose in your garden to prevent pooling. And if you don't like the look of the hose in your garden, you can cover it with mulch. And yes, grey water can be used to irrigate veggies. Just make sure that it doesn't touch the edible parts of your crop.
Didn't you love that? I love how now, did you make sure you don't store gray water because of bacteria, but it can be irrigated out and doesn't go into your septic system, which is really great and really helps with your irrigation. The other thing that you can do now, you can also use rain barrels and save your, now you can collect rainwater coming off the side of the house where it runs down like crazy. And you can actually set up 3 or 4 rain barrels to catch rain, and when it fills up one barrel, it goes into the next, put a spigot on it, and you've got water to use for all sorts of things. Not drinking, but all sorts of other things. If you want to go to a really cool place, Oz Arts has some really neat shows, including one with Gloria Redbone that is this week, but coming up in the springtime, they've got some buy ahead tickets.
God's gonna trouble the water.
That's December 2nd and 3rd. Steal away at Oz Arts. They've got Cuban art coming. It's a wonderful dance program coming in April. A lot of great stuff happening. Faith's laughing at me about our mama making Clorox bottle hats, but she did. She learned how to crochet. And Doris is here with us from Elizabethtown, Kentucky. Elizabethton, if you're in Tennessee, Elizabethton is Tennessee, and Elizabethtown, E-Town, is in Kentucky. Glad to have you, Doris. And let's see. Leslie said, Grandma, a farmer, always collected rainwater and used that to water outside flowers and plants. Yeah. I mean, why in the world, if you have some good rain, wouldn't you harness it and use it? It was sent to us to use, right? Johnny Vinoker with us today. Hey, JV, sending some love to you. Glad that you're here with us. You guys, it's time for our daily yummy. And now we're going to actually look at a spotlight on a wonderful Nashville chef who is at the restaurant Etch.
I didn't really have the opportunity to travel in my younger days because I was raising 3 kids. That includes my husband. So I read a lot of books and just practiced what I read. You know, you get to sort of pretend that you're in those countries. Being global gives the perspective of dining a bigger piece of the pie.
Find great chefs and grocery stores serving fresh, antibiotic-free chicken at SpringerMTN.com.
This holiday season, get into the spirit at a gleaming wonderland where you don't just see the lights, but wander in their bright glow. A place where you can stroll down an enchanted path, enter a shimmering tunnel of gold, and stand in awe of trees dripping with delight. A place to celebrate the season and be inspired. Come see Nashville's brightest holiday tradition. Visit Holiday Lights at Cheekwood.
You should change your name to laughter. It brings joy to every room. All the voices vanish after hearing such a lovely tune. In a world that's so imperfect, every word in the same music. You should change your name to beautiful. You should change your name to queen. Make tears impossible. Wish that I could have you with me every time I fall. In a world that's so imperfect, I know you will try to fix it. You should change your name to beautiful.
Well, that is one of the mascots at Horse Plus Humane in Hohenwald, Tennessee. My friend Tawny Priesner and her team. She has a team. She couldn't do it by herself. She had a dream. She moved from California to here and is in Hohenwald, Tennessee, and it is beautiful. It is so beautiful, EB. The what they do, and they go into, they literally, and she was assaulted a couple of weeks ago. Tawny was, it was terrible. She was attacked by one of the kill buyers at the Cookeville auction. And she and her team take their lives in their hands, literally. And they go and they use contributions to not only take care of the horses, but they pull them from the kill pens. And humanely, if they are sick or injured, instead of having them suffer, they do put them down humanely. But they find homes for so many, and they have amazing, amazing animals. And what they do, and at every turn, they get criticized for what they do. But let me tell you something. They are doing great, great, great work. And if you want to find some place to give some volunteer work or to help them out financially, they're a really, really wonderful place. Let's go back to the water conversation. Faces, I love that, like what I did in LA with my rain barrels. Yes, exactly like what you did. Don Strickland joins us. Hey, Don, happy Thanksgiving to you too. What are you guys going to be doing for Thanksgiving? I know, the horse. It's so precious. That is so precious. They have so many wonderful, wonderful animals out at Horse Plus Humane. They're just wonderful. That is our motivation. It's just a motivation that whatever your love is and whatever you feel your passion is, I know there's always someone to criticize. Always somebody to criticize, but just ignore them. Find the thing that God calls you to do and do that. Some people are called to take care of kids. And speaking of, did you see in People magazine this week, today, there's a couple in Knoxville, Tennessee celebrating. They have the world's oldest frozen embryo twins. The embryos were frozen for 30 years. Did you hear me? 30 years. He says, I have the oldest babies on the planet, but they survived. They're healthy and they're twins. I'm just throwing that out there. And you know why. Anyway, Odell Markets is bringing the handmade market to Music City Center. I'm going to throw this out just to kind of give you an idea of what's coming so you can save the date, December 10th and 11th.
It's time for the Nashville Holiday Handmade Market, December 10th and 11th at Music City Center. 350 plus vendors of some of the coolest gifts, decor, clothing, and must-have items around. Handmade and lots of one-of-a-kinds. Goodie bags and pictures with Santa, celebrity meet and greets, a photo booth, and even cash prizes. December 10th from 9 to 7, December 11th, 10 to 4. Get your tickets in advance and avoid any lines. You can even pay in advance for your pictures with Santa. Go to odellmarkets.com and click Buy Tickets. The Nashville Holiday Handmade Market at Music City Center, December 10th and 11th. Brought to you by Odell Markets. It's a ho lot of fun.
We're here with Chef Chris McCorkle from Black Diamond Culinary. What is Black Diamond Culinary?
So Black Diamond Culinary got created about 6 years ago from an inspiration of Chef Bob Wagner in Charleston, South Carolina. He worked with my former husband, Jean-Claude, at the Wild Boar Restaurant, if anybody knows the Wild Boar Restaurant in Nashville. It was a totally fabulous restaurant. And Bob moved to Charleston, and he did a few other things, but got tired of being on the road, and he created In the Kitchen with Bob. So my daughter got me hooked on Instagram, and of course, what do? You start looking up people. I ran across Bob, said, what is he doing? Made a trip to Charleston, came back, told my husband, this is what I want to do. Teach cooking classes here in Franklin, Tennessee.
So you have people come in and learn as a corporate event?
So we do corporate events, we do private cooking lessons, we do bachelorette parties, we do couples nights, we do just guys nights, girls nights, and we teach several different kind of cooking classes, whatever your desire is to learn.
Do you ever do private dinners?
We do private dinners, and a lot of times when I do a private dinner, I'm doing most of the cooking. Everybody's just drinking and having fun.
blackdiamondculinary.com. They're in Cool Springs. And I think, wouldn't that make a great gift for someone on your list? A cooking class. And I know if you love cooking and you want to find the joy in it and you want to just go and have a group together, maybe the girls in the family or the guys in the family can go take a class down at Black Diamond with Chef Chris. Go ahead and make it those. I always call it the cabination season, where we all want to stay in the cabin. Well, maybe you go and say, hey, we'd love to do something, and we'd love to come down and just do something inside that might be kind of fun. Well, I highly recommend it. We've been talking a lot about water and harnessing water. Well, what are we doing to protect the quality of our water in Middle Tennessee?
The vegetated area alongside a stream is called the riparian zone or streamside buffer. It provides habitat for wildlife, filters runoff, regulates water temperature, and holds stream banks in place. Streamside buffers also guard against property loss due to erosion. Some properties within the city may have a regulated water quality protection areas protecting this area. If you live on a streamside property developed since 2008, you may have a water quality protection area on your property. To learn more about water quality protection areas or to set up your own streamside buffer, search Murfreesboro Water Resources Streamside Buffers.
So many places in Middle Tennessee have got streams along their property, and realize the importance of those streams and protecting what goes down into those streams and where those streams go. Most of them feed water sources for drinking, and a lot of them feed larger tributaries that where water sports are done. So always be careful. I always say that if you're going to be spraying or doing anything that might affect those water things or things that get dammed up, we don't want to make sure that that doesn't happen either. So protecting those, and we love the work that they're doing in Murfreesboro. Michelle Henry, hi there. Happy Thanksgiving to you. We are going to have a Thanksgiving show tomorrow, a very special edition. Music from my friend Chris Golden, and a lot of folks. I love you too, Faithy. I love you. My little bean listening today. Thank you for being there. I'm glad that you guys are here. There are a lot of people who are going to be going home to families, and it's very obvious to people in your family if you're not you, and you know who I'm talking about. And if you need help, there are a lot of places that we talk about very often here on Main Street today. One of them is Brooks Healing Center. It's just south of Murfreesboro in a place called Normandy.
Healing from substance abuse can be a lonely journey, but you don't have to do it all on your own. At Brooks Healing Center, you matter. We're here to lend you love, support, and acceptance on your journey to find yourself again. With medical detox, residential, and partial hospitalization program levels of care, we help you overcome addiction, trauma, and adverse childhood experiences through personalized healing journeys. Our seasoned team of heart-centered staff is here for you with support, compassion, and hope. At Brooks Healing Center, we'll love you until you fall in love with everything you are.
Tell me your name.
My name is Martin Tudon.
And Martin, you have been a Main Street Award winner over and over and over again in lots of different categories for Meet Sweats. Yes.
Well, thank you very much. We're very blessed and fortunate just to be in the city and to help the community in any which way we can.
Everybody loves what you do. Tell me, what made you open a restaurant in the first place? That always interests me because that's the toughest job in the world.
It is, and the success rate isn't big. I know that going in. But it sounds kind of weird, but I didn't open the place up to make money. I opened it up to make a difference in our community. Because I understand that, what's going away, and I think should be the national pastime, not baseball, is families eating together. And when you go to the restaurants now, you really don't see families. because they can't afford it. So we price structure our menu to do that, and we come up with family packs so that families can eat together. So we're hoping we're making a difference.
Oh, it's wonderful. Tell me about the special that you got this.
Well, one thing we're famous for is our brisket, our Texas-style brisket. We do it off the smoker. And so in Texas, we eat breakfast burritos or breakfast tacos. So we have eggs and we have brisket that just came out the smoker this morning, along with the different spices that we use. We are a little bit of Tex-Mex. So we have some queso, some guac sauce, some cilantro and onions, which is very Mexican. This is our famous honey jalapeno barbecue sauce.
It was delicious.
Thank you.
And, okay, I was going to ask your Texans, I'm from Louisiana, and I do know that Texans and their brisket, they make the best brisket in the world.
Well, thank you. I would not argue with you.
I know, and you know, everybody thinks that in Tennessee that barbecue has to be pork.
Pork, yeah, that's what they, in Texas, when they say barbecue, they say brisket.
Yes, absolutely. Well, it was delicious. It was delicious. Now, when are you open at Sweats?
We're at the Meat Sweats. We open 11 to 7, Tuesday through Saturday. We're off on Sundays. We're very active in our church. And then on Mondays is our prep day. We were fortunate enough to be asked by Jinder to come here today. And so we're doing that just because, we love her and we love what she's doing. We love the vibe and everything that stands for.
It's absolutely beautiful, the Meat Sweats. And do you do catering as well?
Oh, we do tons of caterings, and we've been really, really busy. Not only that, but that man over there, Richard, he takes care of all of our mobile. During the pandemic, we not that we saw it coming, but we always take a proactive approach. So we got a couple of trailers, and during the pandemic, those trailers were out. Our sales actually grew during the pandemic.
That's good food. People got tired in the first day of eating their own cooking. They said, we got to go to the Meat Sweats.
Right,
we got to go.
right.
Thank you so much.
No, thank you so much.
The Meat Sweats. It's in Hendersonville and White House, Tennessee. That is amazing. Michelle, thanks for joining us. EB going to have us on the big screen tomorrow. John Blackwell having some tea. Happy Thanksgiving. You guys be safe and be kind to each other. And remember, most of all, you are loved.
We are home. We are family. We are things to do and places to see. Mom and pops, local grown, small business Saturdays. We are Main Street, Main Street, Main Street. We are your Main Street today.